Section 0.2, decimal and percent. Learning objectives. Write decimals as fractions. Add and subtract decimals. Multiply and divide decimals. Write fraction as decimals. Write percent as decimal and decimal as percent. Write percent as fractions and fraction as percent. Solve applied problem that involve percent. So you have here vocabulary. You need to find the meaning of each word and write it down here. That should be done in class. Okay. Okay, so let's move on to the rules and the quick review or the summary. When we talk about fraction, means A over B. When you are talking about fraction, you talk about A over B. That's called what? Fractions. What about decimal? Decimal, we have like points. When you have a point, okay, a number and a point, 1.0, for example, or you can have 0.5 because it's half, right? Okay, and what's the next then after decimal? We have something called percentage. That's when you convert the 1 to percentage, right? Like 100%, 50%, 33.3%. That's called percentage. So if you are taking the whole thing here, that means it's what? It's 1, equal to 1. If you take only half of it, then it's what? It's half, or 50%. If you take what? Only the blue one here, 1 over 3, right? Because 1 over 3 plus 1 over 3, 1 over 3 give you 1. How much is 1 over 3? It's 0.33. And the 3 is repeated. In percentage is what? 33.3%. And so on. Okay? If you only take quarter of the area, then 1 over 4. 1 over 4, 1 over 4, 1 over 4 give you 1. 1 over 4 means how much? 0.25. 0.25 means what? 25%. Now we understand the difference between fraction, decimal, and percent, and how to get them. Okay, so let's move on to some examples here. Okay, before we go to the examples, the position, you have to know the name of the position. For example, here I have the decimal point, correct? Here, this place, what is this place called? Ones. How many ones you have? 5 ones. Here, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000, 100,000, million, 10 million. Okay, the one after the decimal, we have to add what? TH to it. You have to add TH to it. Is this clear? So when you say you're going to start not once, it's 10th. 10th. Everybody say 10th. 10th. Take out your tongue outside. 10th. 10th. Okay. This is what? 100th, 1000th, 10,000th, 100,000th, millionth. Okay. Okay, after you find out the meaning of those words, the one on the top, you go here and you do what? The vocabulary check. How many words here you have? 3 words. Is this clear? So that's, you're supposed to do it in class. It's a class work, okay? Now let's take guided a practice. Okay, for examples. Identify the position of each digit in the following term. This 4 is considered what? Ones. And here I have what here? The decimal, right? And then we have what? 10th. And the 5? Hundredths. Is this clear? Can you do B? Yalla, class work. Do it now. Yalla. Yalla, quickly. What is he going to say? Ones. And you have the decimal, right? And then what? Tenth. And this one? Hundredth. And the last one is what? Okay, is this clear? Clear or not clear? If you understand, raise your hand. So this one is very important, okay? So do for classwork, this one, do it for classwork if you can, okay? I'll just move on to the next one. Write a decimal as a fraction. Do not write in lowest A terms. So this one is what? 3 over 10. What about this? 8 over 10. This one? Over 100. This one? How much this? Over 1000. How do I know? I count the decimal here. 1, 2, 3. So how many 0? 3 0. Here how many zeros? 1, 2. Is this clear? Next one. Add and subtract as indicated. Here I have addition, correct? So I like always to write it under each other. So 5, 6.3. Then I put point here. Where is the 2? Here. Where is the 2? Here. Where is the 1? Here. And this is what? Addition. 2 plus 3? And then you put this. 6 plus 2? 8. 1 plus 5? 6. So that's your answer. Easy? Can you do this one? Yalla, do it now. Finish? Five and 8? 5 plus 8.
5 plus 8?
Yeah. 13. So you put 13 here, or you put how much you're gonna put?
3 and 1 up.
3 and 1 up, correct. So 3 and you carry 1 up with you. 8 plus 6?
5. 15. 5 and
14 plus 1? 15. So you put 5 here and you carry 1 with you. 8 and 6?
14.
14 plus 1?
15.
And you carry 1 with you. 1 plus 9? Plus 1? And where is the decimal point? Is this clear? You get the same answer or different answer?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go for you need to do let's do this one together. Here I put it under each other, and then it's what? Subtraction. 9 from 7?
2.
Can you take 9 out of 7? You cannot. So you make this what? 17, and you borrow 1 from here. Become what?
9.
And here what? 17. 9 from 17?
6. 8.
8. 2 from 7?
5.
5. And then you bring down the 4. So that's your answer. Is this clear?
Clear.
So I did C. Can you do D? Same way. Do the same thing. Say again. Muhammad, right?
14.14.
Muhammad. How much you get?
14.14.
1.4. Did you get this?
Yeah.
If you got this, raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 students. 9 students. So it's correct, right? No?
14 and 69.
14 and 69. So we have different, right? So let's try to do it together. Okay, I put the decimal under the decimal, and then I put the numbers under each other. Now, under the 4, here I have to put what? 0. Some students, I think, they do it like this. They put point here, and they put the 3 here, and then they put 0 here. Is this correct? No, that's not correct. So you have to be careful with that. So this is not correct. So here, if subtract, what are you going to get? 4. 3 from 4, how much? 1. 6 from, I cannot, so I have to make this 2, and this become 10. 6 from 10, 4. 1 from 2, 1. So that's your finance. You get your, I don't know how you get this. How did you get this? Huh? So be careful. So this is the correct answer. Thank you, Muhammad. 9 people got it correct and 1 person got it wrong. It's okay. It's okay to make mistakes and correct it. Next one, we're gonna multiply. 20. Okay, tell you what. This is 24, right? And this is 16. How many decimal, please? 1 decimal, correct?
Yeah.
And how many decimal places here?
1.
Total, how many decimal places?
2.
2. Now just do regular multiplication. 6 times 4. How much?
24.
24. You write down what?
4.
4.
Yeah.
And you carry
2.
2 with you. Where do you put the 2?
Above 2.
Above the 2. So 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 2
12.
plus 2 would be 14. Correct? 1 times 4?
4.
1 times 2? Right. And then you do add, right? So you bring 4, 8, and 3. Is this clear? Now, how many decimal place? How many decimal place?
2.
So you start from here, from the right side. The 1, 2. So where is your decimal? So your final answer will be what? 3.84. Is this clear? Yalla, do this one. Okay, so what's the answer? Yes?
0.3390.
0.3390.
90. Yeah.
Everybody got this answer? So what should you do? 5.81 times what?
Yeah.
29. And remember, how many decimal places here? How many? 3, right?
Yeah.
And how many decimal places here? 1. So total, how many decimal places? So remember the decimal place, huh? Then you multiply. And after multiply, you just, your final answer 3390. And then you need to move 4, right? So you start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you put the decimal point here. Okay? Clear? Now let's go for the next one. You have 5, 4, 6 divided by what? 26. And how many decimal places here? 1. And how many decimal places here? 1. Correct? Now you can do the long division like this, right? So 26 goes to 5, 4, 6. How many times? How many times? 2, right? 2 times. 2 times 26, how much? 2 times 6, 12. 2 times 1, 2 plus 1, 5. And then you subtract. What are you going to get? 26. And then 26 goes to 26. How many times? 1 times. So you get 26 and you subtract and you get what? 0, 0. So your final answer will be what? 21. Now you're going to tell me what happened to the decimal. I will tell you the technique here. The technique is like this. You have one decimal place here and one decimal place here. If you move this decimal place here, it becomes 26, correct? And you must move this decimal place as well. If you play on the left, you play on the right. So now you're gonna get 546 divided by 26. If you cancel the one on the left, you cancel the one on the right. Is this clear? What about this one, the next one? How can I do it? Yalla, who can tell me? Divide what? 8, 1, 1, 2, and here what? 6, right? And what is the decimal place? Here, right? How many I have to move here on the right side? 1, 2. Then I have to move here how much? 1, 2. So what you're going to divide? 6, and here what? 8, 1, 1.
2.
And where is the decimal place? In the middle, right?
Yeah.
81.12. Okay? And then you do the division. Is this clear? Clear or not clear? So you're gonna get 6 goes to 8. How many times? 1 time, correct? So 1 times 6, 6. Subtract, you're gonna get 2, and then bring the 1 here. 6 goes to 21. How many times? 3 times. 3 times 6, 18. And you subtract, what you're gonna get? 3. Correct? And then you bring down the point, right? So if you bring the point, you put it here, correct? So you bring the now number. So you have now 31, correct? 6 goes to 30 now. 31 how many times? 5 times 6, 30. Subtract, you get what? 1. And you bring down the 12. 6 goes to 12 how many times? 2. 2 times 6? 12. 12 minus 12? 0. So your final answer is what? Is this clear or not clear? Okay, good. you need to do practice. Where are you going to practice? My MATLAB. Okay. You get the code or not yet? Oh, you need to get it from where you get it, from library or bookstore? Bookstore. Yalla, can you do one? Do one, please. 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, anyone. I'll help you with the first one. This is multiply times what? So am I going to make the number bigger or smaller? Bigger. So I have to move how many decimal? 1, 2, 3, plus 3, right? So I'm going to put here what? 0. So your final answer what? Is this clear? This one, I'm going to make the number bigger or smaller? Bigger. So this is the number, right? So I'm going to move it how many? 1, 2. So it's going to be what? 3.4. Now here, this one, I'm going to make the number bigger or smaller? Smaller, because division. Move to the left or to the right? Left, because I make it smaller. So 1, 2. So it's going to be 0.16544. Make it number bigger or smaller? Smaller. Move the numbers how many decimal? 3. So left to right? 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to put how many?
2.
Is this clear? If you want, you can add another 0 on the left side. If you want to add 0 here, it's fine. It's okay. All right, let's move to the next one. Write each fraction as decimal. Here I'm going to do what? Long A division. 4 divided by 5. So I'm going to put what? Point and add what? 0. 5 goes to 40 how many times? 8 times. Subtract, you get 0. So your answer is what? Clear? One more time. Divide by what? Can 8 goes to 3? No. Put point and then you put 0. 8 goes to 30 how many times? 3. 3 times 8? 24. Okay. Subtract, what are you going to get?
6.
Can 8 goes to 6?
No.
So what's 0 here? 8 goes to 60 how many times? 7? 7.
Yeah, 7.
7 times 8?
6.
56. So you put 56 here. And then you subtract. What are you going to get?
4.
4. 8 goes to 4 how many times? Cannot, right? So I have to add what? 0. 8 goes to 40 how many times? 5, right? And you put 40 here, and you get 0. So that's your final answer. Clear or not clear? And this one is classwork. You need to do this for classwork. Okay? Now, the last thing here is, before we leave, write each percent as decimal. I need to write this as a decimal. This is what percent, correct?
0.3.
So I have to divide by what? So the 2, I have to move how many decimal place?
2.
How many? 1, 2. So the decimal place here, and you put 0 here. Okay? What about this one? Divide by what? So you move the decimal place how many? So it's going to be 2.449. That's called a decimal, correct? Now I will do the opposite from decimal to percent. So I multiply times what? 100%. So we have 0.25. I move the decimal how many places? 2 places, right? So become 25 what? Percent. Here I have 1.4. Multiply times what? So move the decimal how many? 2. So you get 140%. Is this clear? Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna stop this.